right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the second half of our exam review. We're going to start the second half of the exam review. You guys have exams Wednesday the 20th, one in first and second hour, Thursday the 21st, third and fourth, and Friday the 22nd, fifth and sixth. Okay, so we are looking at these problems right here. We spent a lot of time on them. We had a bunch of packets that we did for these. Okay, so 25 asked you to find the slopes and the lengths. Okay, so first I'm going to label these on my shape. J is over 2 up 4. K is over 4 up 8. L is over 4 up 3. And M is over 6 up 7. Okay? I personally like the way to find the slope and the sides to just say J to K, and I'm going to put this on a separate sheet of paper right under it. J to K is up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2, which reduces my slope to 2. Okay? And then I'm going to have JK's length right under it. We go 4 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared. So that 16 plus 4 equals C squared. 16 plus 4 is 20 equals C squared. And then I'm going to square root 20. And so C, I'm going to make an approximation. C is approximately 4.47. Okay? Now I'm going to do it from K to M. I'm going to go up 1 over 2. So that is my slope. And then I'm going to find my length by saying 1 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared. So that's 1 plus 4 equals C squared. So that's 5 equals C squared. And then I'm going to square root both sides. And I'm going to get 2.24 is approximately C. That's my length. Okay? Got 2 sides to go. M to L, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. It's negative 4 because I went down. K is also negative 1/2 because I went down. And I'm going to go over 1, 2. So that gives me a negative 2 slope. Okay? And then I'm going to go 4 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared. So 16 plus 4 equals C. So 20 equals C squared, square root. C is approximately 4.47 in length. Okay? And then I'm going to do finally J to L. I'm going to go down, or if I go, I'm going to go up 1 over 2. So my slope from J to L is 1 over 2. So I'm going to go 1 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared. So 1 plus 4 equals C squared. So 5 equals C squared. So the square root of 5 is 2.24 approximately is C. And that's its length. Okay? All of that is number 25. I know it's a lot. It will not be that much on your exam. It'll say, like, which one of these is the correct slope and length for such and such. You cannot write on your exam like this because I only have 35 copies for 180 students to save money on paper. So you're going to have to do this on scrap. I will have a lot of graph scrapping paper if you want to repeat this on graph paper. Okay? You can also use the distance formula for these instead, which you will have on your formula sheet. Okay, I am going to move this up to do number 26. 26 gives you the wrong letters. Sorry about that. You want from J to M, and you want from K to L. Okay, you want to find the slopes, the midpoints of the diagonals. So let's do J to M first. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 over 4 is my slope. J to M, remember the midpoint formula is the x's added together. So that's 2 plus 6 divided by 2. And 4 plus 7 divided by 2. 2 plus 6 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11, divided by 2 is 5.5. Okay, and then the same thing for K to L. I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 0, so it is undefined. Okay, and the midpoint from K to L is 4 plus 4 divided by 2 and 8 plus 3 divided by 2. 4 plus 4 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. 8 plus 3 is 11, divided by 2 is 5.5. So they have the same midpoint, but their slopes for their diagonals are not similar. Okay, that's number 26. Okay, number 27, what shape is shown then? If opposite sides have the same length and slope, and opposite slopes are the same, they end up being the same, don't they? All right, let's look. M to L, we went down and over, down and up. Yeah, these are supposed to be positive. There we go. They have the same slopes, and they have this, yes, ma'am?
For number 26,
yes. Because I went from J to M, I went up 3, right?
Oh.
1, 2, 3 over 4. Up 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So they have the same, opposite lengths are the same, opposite slopes are the same. So they are congruent and parallel. Okay? And their diagonals bisect. So what shape is it? Rectangle, we would have, yeah. And our slopes are perpendicular. Let me check my slopes again, because obviously we're doing something wrong. J to K should be positive. We went up and over. K to M, we went to the right and down, so it should be negative. So KM should be a negative slope, right? M to L, I went down and to the left, so that'll end up being positive. And J to L, I went to the left and up, so that should be negative. There we go. So KM and JL should have negative slopes, where JK and ML should have positive slopes, which means their sides are perpendicular, so it is a rectangle. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for the next ones. Find the slopes and distances of all the sides of the shape. So first I'm going to label them on my picture. Okay, we went over 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 3, this is P. Over 3, up 5 is Q. Over 6, up 7 is R. And over 9, up 5 is S. Okay, I am going to do this instead of the measuring way. I'm going to put it in the distance formula just so you can see both ways. So first let's do Q to R. Okay, Q to R, I'm going to go, the slope formula from Q to R is 7 minus 5 over 6 minus 3, which leaves me with 7 minus 5 is 2. 6 minus 3 is 3, 2/3. Okay, I didn't have to touch anything with the graph. I'm just using the slope formula. And then the distance formula, I am going to go 3 minus 6 squared plus 5 minus 7 squared. And I'm going to just stick it all together in my calculator, making sure I have extra parentheses. So I'm going to put that square root, parentheses, 3 minus 6 n parentheses squared plus parentheses 5 minus 7 n parentheses squared n parentheses. And I end up with approximately 3.6. Okay? In some ways this takes less time, but if you get messed up plugging those things in, Don't do it. Okay, I did Q to R, now I'm going to do R to S the same way. R to S, I'm going to go 5 minus 7 over 9 minus 6. 5 minus 7 is negative 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. Okay, that's my slope. And then my distance, I'm going to go 6 minus 9 squared plus 7 minus 5 squared. I'm going to make sure to put that all in my calculator. The square root n parentheses 6 minus 9 n parentheses squared plus parentheses 7 minus 5 n parentheses squared n parentheses. And I get approximately 3.6. That's my length. Okay, 2 more to go. We did Q to R. We did R to S. We've got to do S to P. So that is 5 minus 3 over 9 minus 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. That's my slope. And then my distance formula is 9 minus 6 squared plus 5 minus 3 squared. So I'm going to put that in my calculator. And I get approximately 3.6. One more, guys. We are going to do P to Q. So that is 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 6. So 5 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus negative 6 is negative 2/3. That's my slope. Okay, and my distance is going to be 6 minus 3 squared plus 3 minus 5 squared. And that's going to be approximately 3.6. Okay, now I need to find the slopes and diagonals and the midpoints of my diagonals. So that's from Q to S and P to R. All right, Q to S slope is 0. And its midpoint is 3 plus 9 divided by 2 and 5 plus 5 divided by 2. 3 plus 9 is 12 divided by 2 is 6. 5 plus 5 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. P to R's slope is undefined because it's straight up and down, right? We'll just put und. And its midpoint is P to R. So that's 6 plus 6 divided by 2 and 7 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 6 and 5. Okay, so what shape is it? All my sides, this is number 29. All of this is 28, 30. What shape is it, guys? It's a what? It is a rhombus. We know this because opposite slopes are the same. So it's parallel. All the lengths are the same. So it makes me think it's either a rhombus or a square then, but I don't have the sides opposite, slopes being opposite reciprocals. Therefore, it has to be a rhombus because I don't have perpendicular corners. Okay, 31. When the figure is reflected across the y-axis, what are the coordinates of the resulting image? Okay, it goes from x comma y to, when I reflect it over here, it goes negative x, y. The y stay the same, the x changes. Okay. When the figure is translated using x minus 3, y minus 7, what are the coordinates of the resulting image? So, wait, for this, the coordinates would become, I'm just going to list them. This is A, B, and C. A goes from negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 2, 7 to 2, 7. B goes from negative 2, 1 to 2, 1. And C goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C goes from negative 6 2 to positive 6, 2. That's for number 31. Okay. 32. My new A goes 3 units, so instead of negative 2, it's negative 5. 7 units down, so it's 0. These are all new ones. My new B, negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. Negative 7 and 1 gives me negative 6. C, negative 6 becomes negative 9. Negative 5. Okay. When the figure is rotated 180 degrees, what are the new coordinates? Well, A becomes 2, negative 7. B becomes 2, negative 1. And C becomes 6, negative 2. When it's rotated 90 degrees clockwise, okay, the stuff on your paper that you'll see on your formula sheet right here, that's for counterclockwise. So 90 degrees clockwise is 270 degrees counterclockwise, okay? So A goes from negative 2, 7 to 7, 2. B goes from negative 2, 1 to 1, 2. And C goes from negative 6, 2 to 6. Okay. All right, let's look at 35. When the figure is dilated by a factor of 3, what are the new results? So again, I would write these down. So this point right here is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 2, negative 2. And this is negative 2, negative 1. So we're just multiplying them by 3. So instead of 2, 4, it's going to be 6, 12. And I'm going to label this one A, just so we know. My new B, instead of 2, negative 2, is going to be 6, negative 6. My new C, instead of negative 2, negative 1, it's going to be negative 6, negative 3, because we just times them by 3. Okay, when the figure is reflected across the y-axis, then translated using the rule x plus 8, what are the new image? Okay, so first, when we reflect over the y-axis, that's, x equals 0, we get, my 3 points are negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 2, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, negative 6, 2. So when we reflect them, across the y-axis, or x equals 0, we get 2, 6, 2, 1, and 6, 2. And then we're going to add 8 to all of these, so it's going to be 10, 6, 10, 1, and 16, 2. So those are going to be my new final answer. Number 37, what happened here? What translation took place? Okay, no, we did not reflect, okay, because B is on the same side, and it would be on the opposite if we reflected it. So what do you think we did here, guys? We translated it by what? How many did we go right, left, up, or down?
9, negative 8.
We went x plus 9, y minus 8. Good. Okay, number 38. What took place here, guys? Translation, rotation, reflection, dilation. Rotation by how much? 360 would be back in its exact place.
270.
It could go, if you went clockwise, it went 270, but we're talking about counterclockwise.
Oh, negative 9.
Yeah, it went 90.
What'd you put negative?
No, you would not put negative unless you're going clockwise. What type of rotation took place here? 180 degree rotation. What about for 40? What took place here? A reflection. And where's my line? How do I know? I count in the middle. This is over 2, over 2. So it should be x equals 1. Is my line of reflection? Good. 41. All right, remember, this is the 2 times the second line of reflection minus the first line of reflection equals the translation. So that's 2 times x minus 3 equals 10. So that is x minus 3 equals 5. So x equals 8. Or x plus 8 comma y for my composition. Okay? Yes, you're right. X plus 10. Thank you. All right, number 42. First, we're going to reflect over y equals x. This is on your paper. So we know y equals x goes y comma x. We know y equals negative x goes negative y, negative x. Remember, you have to flip the middle one. So first, we're going to flip the first one. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to flip it again and change the signs. We're going to flip this one. Then we're going to flip it and change the signs. We're going to flip this one. And then that one that we just flipped, we're going to flip again, but change the signs. Okay, so what transformation took place? 180-degree rotation, right? Because if we went from 3 to negative 3, negative 2 to positive 2, both the signs changed. Okay, 43. What is wrong with this? We reflected over line 1, and then this right here is not correct because we have to take everything on this side all the way over and reflect it. So we should have y, x, x here. Because remember, we're not reflecting a over line 2, we're reflecting a prime over line 2. All right, so what happened to this triangle? How did I get to this spot? I did what? I rotated. What happened to this one? I dilated. Okay, 45. This is a reflection. 47. It's a rotation and reflection. And what happened to 48? Dilation and rotation. What about this one? It could be reflection. I believe you could do reflection / translation or reflection rotation. I believe either one will work. You won't have one like this on there. Like one of these would not be on because it's going to be multiple choice. Okay, any question? Yes? 23 and 24 are not going to be on there. These are trig stuff that we are going to learn next week. So I thought we would have enough time to get to them before the end of the semester, and we weren't. We were last year. That's why they're in. Any other questions? Especially for numbers, what did we do today? So much. 25 through 49. Okay, remember, this is the formula sheet you're going to get. Okay? It's going to have all this information on it. Yes. Yes.